Welcome to Sunny Radio. We hope this playlist brings a little sunshine to your day. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Conversations and midnight walks. You learned my fears without judging them. You heard the meaning behind my thoughts. I used to believe love needed a reason, a perfect beginning, a perfect sign. But maybe the best things find us when we stop searching all the time. Sometimes it leaves a door unlocked, and the person you never expected to find becomes the answer you never designed. You were the stranger who stayed, the unexpected sunrise after endless rain. I wasn't waiting, but now I know some hearts arrive when they're meant to show. I carried my name through unfamiliar streets with a suitcase of questions and unfinished dreams. The roads never promised a place I could keep, only signs in the distance and oceans between. I watched every sunrise from different towns, learning the language of changing grounds. The world was a river I couldn't control, but every new current was shaping my soul. Maybe I'm not lost, maybe I'm becoming, maybe every ending is a different beginning. I without disguises. The fears we carry, the battles we fought. Nobody laughed at the fragile moments. Nobody judged the lessons we bought. We weren't perfect, we weren't fearless. We were simply honest and real. Sometimes the greatest kind of friendship is the one where you can finally hear. A home can be made from voices, from people who understand, not from walls or places, but from a welcoming hand. I found a place where I don't pretend, a circle that feels like a beginning again. No masks, no shadows, no need to hide. I found my people by my side. Ooh. I stood before a road with no signs, no promises waiting at the end. The future was a door in darkness, a question without a friend. My hands were shaking with uncertainty. My mind was searching for a guarantee. But every mountain never climbed was once a place nobody could see. Fear speaks loudly before the journey, but courage answers with a step. I will walk into the unseen where the answers have not arrived. I will follow the beating of my heart and discover what's inside. I don't need to know every familiar places and childhood streets and forgotten faces. But the reflection looking back at me feels like someone I was supposed to be. Maybe home is not a street or a door. Maybe it's something you carry before. Maybe the heart creates its own ground when it finally stops looking around. I live inside a room that doesn't know me, but I am learning who I wanna be. Even a stranger can find a way to build a home from another day. I spent so many years chasing reflections, trying to become someone else's perfection. I changed my voice, I changed my dreams. I hid the truth behind invisible screens. I compared my life to stranger skies, forgot the beauty in my own sunrise. But time has a way of showing the truth. The heartbeat remembers what it knew. I don't need to be flawless to be worthy of love. I finally see the person in the mirror, not a stranger, not a failure. Every scar and every mistake built the road I had to take. I'm learning to hold my own hand, to accept the things I don't understand. I don't have to become someone new, I just have to be honest and true. The years have left marks across my face, but every line remembers a different place. The tears I cried, the fights I won, the nights I thought my story was done. I forgive the younger me inside for every moment they tried to hide. They were just searching for a way to reach the person I am today. Growing up is not losing your youth, it's finally making peace with the truth. The child you were is still alive, waiting for you to arrive. Ooh, I finally see the person in the mirror, a little stronger, a little clearer. I don't need another disguise. I found my home behind my The city wakes when daylight disappears. Millions of footsteps carrying hidden fears. Behind every window, behind every door, someone is fighting a private war. A taxi taxi driver remembers a stranger. A lonely musician writes another song. A woman is waiting beside the station, hoping someone will finally come home. The streets don't sleep, they listen. They collect what people leave behind. Neon keeps the secrets of the night. a small place near a quiet river, where the mornings felt a little brighter. Nobody knew my forgotten mistakes. Nobody measured the choices I made. Oh, I learned that starting over isn't losing. It's finding the parts of yourself you were choosing. The past can be a chapter, not a chain. A lesson written through the pain. Oh, 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 oh. The strongest trees grow after storms. The brightest colors appear in new forms. I am not what I left behind. I am the future I choose to This is the first page, the beginning again. A different road, a different wind, a different wind, a different wind. The story is mine, the ink is new, and I finally know what I want to do. The apartment was quiet after midnight, only the clock and the city lights. I counted the days I spent alone, trying to make a shelter from stone. The world outside kept moving fast, leaving pieces of itself behind. But somewhere deep beneath my sadness, a little piece of hope survived. Even the longest night cannot convince the stars to disappear. The window still glows, even when nobody calls my name. The heart still knows how to rise above the rain. talking about forever in the middle of the night. We painted our futures on old apartment walls, believing we could answer every call. Then life took us places we never planned. Different cities, different oceans, different hands. The seasons changed and the photographs faded, but the promise we made was never outdated. Some connections don't disappear, they become quieter, but they stay near. I still hear your voice in the songs we knew, in the autumn rain and the morning blue. Even miles cannot erase the years we shared, the time we gave. When the world feels heavy and the night feels long, I'll remember where I came of battles inside. Nobody knew how many times I cried, but every scar became a page, every loss became my courage age. Maybe dreams are not promises of gold. Maybe their stories our hearts refuse to fold. Maybe they exist to remind us why we keep breathing when we want to say goodbye. I kept the light when the world went dark. I guarded the dream that lived in my heart. Now I can see what the darkness hid. The future was waiting beneath what I did. We were a chapter written in colors, a story that changed us both somehow. We held the world inside our little moments, but the world is different now. There was a time I feared the ending, a time I couldn't let you go, but some roads separate two travelers so they can learn where they need to grow. Not every goodbye is a battle. picture more beautiful than the original. I stopped waiting for someone to save me, stopped asking for a perfect time. The power I searched for everywhere was quietly living inside. The strongest voices are not born from winning, they are created by surviving. Every person who rises again carries a story no one can erase. After the fall, I found my way again, a new beginning hidden in the end. I am not the failures behind my eyes, I am the person who chose to They try to write my story in permanent ink, told me what to love, told me how to think. They built their walls from words and fear, but my own voice was louder than theirs. I learned that freedom isn't only a role or a place where nobody knows. It's the quiet space beneath my skin where nobody else can enter in. You can close every window, but you can't imprison the wind. There are no chains in my sky, no boards around my mind. You can take away my tomorrow, but you can't steal what I find. I carry an ocean inside my chest, a place where my spirit can rest. Even standing in the darkest night, I still own my inner light. I stopped asking permission to exist, stopped measuring dreams by someone's list. The world can judge the steps I choose, but it cannot control the path I move. A bird doesn't need a reason to fly, a river doesn't ask the mountains why. And I was born with a restless flame, a heart that remembers its own name. Yeah, freedom is not a gift someone gives, it's the truth that refuses place where my first dreams were born. I remember the sound of old floorboards, the smell of rain on the porch outside, the voices of people I loved deeply, the years that disappeared with time. Some places leave before we leave them, living somewhere inside our hearts. The house behind the hill is calling through the memories I can't replace. I see the child I used to be there, running through that familiar space. a suitcase of questions and unfinished dreams. The roads never promised a place I could keep, only signs in the distance and oceans between. I watched every sunrise from different towns, learning the language of changing grounds. The world was a river I couldn't control, but every new current was shaping my soul. Maybe I'm not lost, maybe I'm becoming, maybe every ending is a different beginning. I will follow our stories without disguises. The fears we carry, the battles we fought. Nobody laughed at the fragile moments. Nobody judged the lessons we bought. We weren't perfect, we weren't fearless. We were simply honest and real. Sometimes the greatest kind of friendship is the one where you can finally hear. A home can be made from voices, from people who understand, not from walls or places, but from a welcoming hand. I found a place where I don't pretend, a circle that feels like a beginning again. No masks, no shadows, no need to hide. I found my people by my side. I stood before a road with no signs, no promises waiting at the end. The future was a door in darkness, a question without a friend. My hands were shaking with uncertainty. My mind was searching for a guarantee. But every mountain never climbed was once a place nobody could see. Fear speaks loudly before the journey, but courage answers with a step. I will walk into the unseen where the answers have not arrived. I will follow the beating of my heart and discover what's inside. I don't need to know every ending. I don't need the perfect plan. The unknown is not a prison. It's a world I haven't found yet. I left behind the familiar shadows, the comfortable places I outgrew. The sky looked different from a distance. The possibilities felt new. Every mistake became a teacher. Every fall became places and childhood streets and forgotten faces. But the reflection looking back at me feels like someone I was supposed to be. Maybe home is not a street or a door. Maybe it's something you carry before. Maybe the heart creates its own ground when it finally stops looking around. I live inside a room that doesn't know me, but I am learning who I wanna be. Even a stranger can find a way to build a home from another day. I spent so many years chasing reflections, trying to become someone else's perfection. I changed my voice, I changed my dreams. I hide the truth behind invisible screens. I compare my life to stranger skies, forgot the beauty in my own sunrise. But time has a way of showing the truth. The heartbeat remembers what it knew. I don't need to be flawless to be worthy of love. I finally see the person in the mirror, not a stranger, not a failure. Every scar and every mistake built the road I had to take. I'm learning to hold my own hand, to accept the things I don't understand. I don't have to become someone new, I just have to be honest and true. The years have left marks across my face, but every line remembers a different place. The tears I cried, the fights I won, the nights I thought my story was done. I forgive the younger me inside for every moment they tried to hide. They were just searching for a way to reach the person I am today. Growing up is not losing your youth, it's finally making peace with the truth. The child you were is still alive, waiting for you to arrive. Ooh, I finally see the person in the mirror, a little stronger, a little clearer. I don't need another disguise. I found my home behind my The city wakes when daylight disappears. Millions of footsteps carrying hidden fears. Behind every window, behind every door, someone is fighting a private war. A taxi taxi driver remembers a stranger. A lonely musician writes another song. A woman is waiting beside the station, hoping someone will finally come home. The streets don't sleep, they listen. They collect what people leave behind. Neon keeps the secrets of the night. Every broken heart, every borrowed light, every dream that someone couldn't say, every goodbye that faded away. This city is 1,000 stories breathing, a million souls beneath one sky, and every window glowing in the darkness holds a world passing by. There is a painter on the corner avenue, turning strangers into shades of blue. There is a child looking at the towers, wondering how tall dreams can grow. The old man sitting near the river still remembers his first love's name. The city changes every morning, but some memories remain. Maybe we are all just a small place near a quiet river, where the mornings felt a little brighter. Nobody knew my forgotten mistakes. Nobody measured the choices I made. I learned that starting over isn't losing. It's finding the parts of yourself you were choosing. The past can be a chapter, not a chain. A lesson written through the pain. The strongest trees grow after storms. The brightest colors appear in new forms. I am not what I left behind. I am the future I choose to This is the first page, the beginning again. A different road, a different wind, a different wind, a different wind. The story is mine, the ink is new, and I finally know what I want to do. The apartment was quiet after midnight. Only the clock and the city lights. I counted the days I spent alone, trying to make a shelter from stone. The world outside kept moving fast, leaving pieces of itself behind. But somewhere deep beneath my sadness, a little piece of hope survived. Even the longest night cannot convince the stars to disappear. The window still glows, even when nobody calls my name. The heart still knows how to rise above the rain. different cities, different oceans, different hands. The seasons changed and the photographs faded, but the promise we made was never outdated. Some connections don't disappear, they become quieter, but they stay near. I still hear your voice in the songs we knew, in the autumn rain and the morning blue. Even miles cannot erase the years we shared, the time we gave. When the world feels heavy and the night feels long, I'll remember where I came from, somewhere beyond the passing years. You are still here. You send me a message after 10 silent winters, a simple hello that made everything shimmer. We laughed at the stories we never finished, at all the dreams that almost diminished. We were no longer kids chasing the moon. We had scars and responsibilities too, but behind the changes Nobody saw the battles inside. Nobody knew how many times I cried. But every scar became a page. Every loss became my courage age. Maybe dreams are not promises of gold. Maybe their stories our hearts refuse to fold. Maybe they exist to remind us why we keep breathing when we want to say goodbye. I kept the light when the world went dark. I guarded the dream that lived in my heart. Now I can see what the darkness hid. The future was waiting beneath what I did. We were a chapter written in colors, a story that changes both somehow. We held the world inside our little moments, but the world is different now. There was a time I feared the ending, a time I couldn't let you go. But some roads separate two travelers so they can learn where they need to grow. Not every goodbye is a battle. Not every ending means stop measuring dreams by someone's list. The world can judge the steps I choose, but it cannot control the path I move. A bird doesn't need a reason to fly. A river doesn't ask the mountains why. And I was born with a restless flame, a heart that remembers its own name. Yeah, freedom is not a gift someone gives. It's the truth that refuses to disappear. It grows in silence, it survives the storm. It stays alive when everything transforms. There are no chains in my sky, no walls around my soul. I am more than every battle, more than everything I lost. There was a wooden fence beside the garden, a little window facing the road, a place where summer lasted forever, a place where my first dreams were